Go away! That's my donut. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. That was really high pitched. We are the Regulators, and I'm Lauren.
I'm Tom.
I'm Matt.
And today we're exploring whether action films make you fat.
So basically, the theory is by the Java Medicine.
Yep. Java
Yep.
International Medicine.
Java
Put out a research report.
Java
Yeah.
International Medicine put out a research report suggesting action movies. When you watch something that's more exhilarating and fast-paced, you eat more. And I think their research involved college students in America. Essentially, they just ate more in the action films than they did in drama films. Yeah, if you're eating now, drop a comment because we'd like to know.
That means we're fast-paced and exhilarating. Look, I get this. I understand this theory that you may eat more when you're seeing all this on screen, because you do. Even though you know what you're seeing is fake, you're starting to feel kind of nervous for the characters most of the time.
I think it has to do with sort of anxiety.
Yeah, like
being like
everyone, I think it's not eating itself, I think it's fidgeting. People love to fidget. Like I've sat next to people in action movies that feel like they're having like a cardiac arrest next to me or something like that. I want to make it known from the very beginning, I do not believe this theory. I believe it is an excuse.
So I think it's like more of a personal choice. See, I can go into a movie, TV show. I don't need to have food. If food's there, it's sort of part of the experience that you go. People always seem to be like, oh, go to the movies, let's just, bring some food in.
This is a question, but don't you find that if you were to buy, let's say, a popcorn, that majority of the popcorn is eaten before the film actually begins? Because everyone's like...
Yeah, because in the trailers, people are just waiting, they just pump it down. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Sure, but the trailers, that could also feed into the theory, playing devil's advocate here, because I've made it known I disagree with it, but that could play into the theory that a lot of the trailers they show beforehand depict these scenes, and that's when people start mindlessly
But then
eating.
it could also just be the fact that Ada's already got the food. The food is new. The food is warm. You were just eating a donut just then.
Yeah.
Essentially trying to be very representative of this entire video.
Yes.
Yep.
Do you eat when you watch movies or TV shows? What's the go? Give us an insight.
At home, I don't. Well, at home, if I'm watching a film, like in my bed or something, I'll grab a tea and I'll sit there and have a tea.
Yeah.
Or I'll grab some like nuts or something and I'll just nibble on them while I watch. But like, I don't sit there and have like full-on pizzas or like a full-on box of popcorn or anything like that. That's just not how I do.
First episode of Westworld I watched was was not eating food. Second episode I watched while eating food, and the third episode I also did last night as well. So with that, I felt very distracted in the second and third episode as opposed to the first because of the context I was in. And I might have been eating more because there was some action stuff in there. I don't think I was eating any more than I regularly was.
Were you watching it by yourself?
No, I was watching it with my family.
See, that's what theory that I want to come up with. Genchevsky 2016, here we go.
Oh.
A theory that I want to come up with is that if you do eat whilst watching film or TV, it's more of a group thing. If I had a bunch of friends over and we're like, we're gonna watch the movies, hell yeah, I'd get the popcorn and the chips and the lollies out and things like that, just because it's a gathering, it's a social event. I wouldn't do it by myself though.
No, I wouldn't do it either. And
essentially that's the same as the cinema though, because you go and there's a large group of people at the cinema. So that's possibly why people want to eat.
So in saying that, bringing it back to the theory, let's discuss the theory in itself. So action movies make you fat. So we've discussed that all three of us seem to unanimously agree that we don't eat during movies, so therefore we're not getting fat anytime soon.
But are we the minority?
Don't judge us, audience, we're not getting fat anytime soon, we said. So, but when you put it in context of this theory, I think it's a very cheap excuse to say just action movies. There's so many layers of this. Like,
it's a long bow.
Exactly.
But then we can't deny the fact that this did happen, because that the study did happen.
There's so many uncontrolled variables, I don't think it can be proven. It's like we mentioned in one of the lectures, there was the argument of video games make you violent. And at first it started off as action video games make you violent. So we're talking about things like GTA, but then suddenly the person who was talking about it changed to all video games are violent, and then started basically loosely. I think this is a very similar thing here. It's not just action movies. People eat and other things, people use media as an excuse all the time to blame.
It's a bit of a moral panic.
Yeah, exactly. It's a moral panic that they're blaming on the media.
I personally think it comes down to the person. Truly, person, space, place, all of those things. Depends who you're with, what you're doing, where you are, all those kind of things that determine whether you become fat or not.
I agree. I feel like it's...
And there's nothing wrong with being fat.
But I think it's just too far of a gap. There's a ledge here, there's a ledge here, there's a valley down here. I feel like it's just too much
And
of
the
a gap.
JAMA School of Medicine is right down there in that valley.
And I
And
feel like it's just,
our voices are echoing and not even reaching them.
But Jamie International Medicine, keep doing you, boo. But like, yeah,
We'll leave a
just don't
link.
happen to.
We'll leave a link.
Yeah,
to
we'll
the
leave a link
study,
to it. Like
so you can
of
make
course,
up your own opinion
yeah.
and that. This is just our personal opinion, as are most of these videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is definitely some credibility to a lot of their theories. Obviously, we get distracted, like we mentioned in our previous videos. That leads to things like eating, but we don't think it's specifically action movies.
100%.
Yeah, and in this theory, they would have got everyone together, and it would have been like an exciting sort of thing too. So people would have been excited.
It's
wanted
not meant to be.
eat.
Yeah, it's not meant to be any disrespect to
No.
Java
Yeah.
International Medicine who came up with this research report.
Well, thanks for watching today's episode, guys. We are the Regulators, and we will see you next week.